Hiya, welcome back to In the Kitchen with Pen. Now today we are having a really lazy dinner. We are having pie, mash and some sort of veg. Well, we bought pie, or Steve picked his pie when we were shopping, and he's gone with a chicken and mushroom pucker pie. Now, as you're probably aware by now, I don't like pucker pies, and we're in Tesco's and they didn't have any individual pies that weren't a small fortune that appealed to me. So today we're going to be making a cheese and bean slice for me. So you need cheese, you need beans, get it right way around. You need some puff pastry. This is Lidl's puff pastry, always good. And you'll need herbs of your choice. I'm going to go with probably thyme. You can use a little bit of salt if you want to, and some pepper and onion. And in my pot here, I've got some onion. So I'm just sweating off the onion. So I'll move you and show you that. Right, so in my pot, I have got some finely diced onion, and I've got a little bit of butter in there, a little knob of butter, and to stop the butter burning I've added a dash of oil. And all we're going to do is just cook these until they start to soften and go slightly opaque. So that's all we're doing. And to be honest, these are, let's have a little taste. Couple of more minutes. They don't take long at all. And I'm going to add the thyme now because the heat will bring out some of that thyme flavour too. Now I'm using cheddar cheese in these. You can use your favourite cheese. You like Red Leicester, you use Red Leicester. Want a cheese pull, add a little mozzarella to your cheese and bean puff, but I haven't got any, I'm not going out to get any, so we work with what we have. I'll just pop a little pepper in there and just a smidgen of salt, because remember, your cheese does have salt in it. So we want those to get just like this. So a couple more minutes and we'll be done. Right then, I'm happy with how that's cooked. I've grated some cheese and I'm just going to open my beans. And 1 tin of beans will do. See, I could not have done that without this. We'll do 4. Hold on, Pen. 4 patties. 4 pasties. So I'm just going to add some of the beans to the onion, and I don't want too much of the sauce. I mean, you could, if you really were that way inclined, strain the beans, but can I be bothered? Quick answer, no. I can't. Right, so we'll mix those around. I mean, you could do it without the onions and without the herb, but you're just adding more flavour. You know, just because you're having a vegetarian dish doesn't mean to say it has to lack flavour. Now, if you're a vegan, obviously, use a vegan cheese to make these. I mean, you do want, that's kind of what you want. You don't want it too runny. So that is the consistency that you want. And now this is going to sound very strange, but I don't mind cold baked beans. So let's just taste this and see how it is. A little bit more pepper. I mean, some chilli in there would be good. Right, So that's done. That just needs to cool off a little. Right then, I'm going to make a proper sort of pasty shape. So I'm using a tea plate here, quite a large one actually. Yeah, hopefully. Actually, do you know what? I think that is too large. But will a saucepan be too small? A saucepan? A saucer be too small? Nah, a saucer will be fine. Right, so I'm going to cut round my saucer. The rest of the pastry has gone back into the fridge, and I will add the trimmings to it. And I did neglect to say that you need a beaten egg. So I'm keeping it on the paper because I shall cook it on the paper. Right, and now we just need to pop the filling into our pasty shape, into our pastry. Too much, too much. Oh well. Beaten egg, and we're just going to run the beaten egg along the edges of the pastry to help them bind together. And then we're going to lift the pastry over like so, and we're going to just use our fingers and thumbs, because these are my thumbs, not my fingers, to press down. Rinse my hand off. Right. Now, you can crimp or you can use a fork. It's entirely up to you, whatever you're comfortable doing. I'm a very poor crimper, but hey ho, we'll give it a go. Right. Do you know what? That is one of the best crimps I've done in a long time. The pastry there has split, but that's okay because I was going to need to make holes in it anyway. And then we're going to brush all over with our egg wash because we want a beautiful golden colour on our cheese and bean pasty. And then a couple of optional extras. Parmesan cheese. Get yourself some Parmesan cheese and just sprinkle it over the top of your pasty. You can also add, if you've got some flaky salt. In fact, I'm going to go and get some. There we go. That's my can you see that? No, you can't. Kosher salt there. It's quite big flakes, and just a couple of those on the top. The egg will help it stick. And then what we do, we don't want to cook it straight away. We want to give the pastry a chance to set up and cool down again before we come to bake it. So just cut off as much of this as I can. Pop this onto, I'm going to use a board, and pop it in the fridge until it's time to cook. And we'll be back when we cook. Right then, it's a while later, quite a while later. I've got the oven preheating at 190, and there is our cooled, completely cold pasty, and I've got a bit more egg wash, so you know, let's make sure we get a nice golden egg wash. We'll do it again, trying to be careful not to knock off all the cheese and the flaky salt. So there we go. There is our pasty ready to cook, and it's going to cook for, as I say, about 20 minutes. We want to make sure the pastry is cooked and golden and that the filling is warmed through. Right, it's heated, so let's go in. And the next time you see that pasty, it will be on the plate with the rest of our dinner. Right then, just a few seconds left, and I'm afraid I've got spillage, but it happens, doesn't it? The pie spills over, is it the end of the world? If a pasty spills over, is it the end of the world? I don't think so. So let's get Steve's out first. His is a pucker cheese, I've got cheese on the brain, chicken and mushroom pie, and he's got some chicken gravy to have with that, and that's there. And now to attempt to get mine out without losing too much of it. Right, okie dokie, there we are. Let's take this off of the baking parchment, and it's coming off quite easily. Oh, making a bit of a mess, but that's me, not it. So let's just clean that up. Presentation and all that. Yeah, okay, we'll leave it as it is. Right, there is our cheese and bean pasty. Now you know what's going to happen. Steve's is going through and I'm coming back for a taste. Smells really nice, so let's take some. Got the pastry, we've got filling, and there we go. Cheese and bean pasty. It's going to be hot. It's really hot. Okay. That's really nice. The onions are needed. The onions are definitely needed. And that little bit of thyme has really shone in them. But the key is to let it rest after making. Let it rest in the fridge so that when it goes into your oven, it goes in absolutely cold. So oh, the parmesan on salt on top is blooming lovely. So, cheese and bean pasty, really easy, great for a meat-free Monday, great for when the shops don't have the pie that you want, and perfect for a vegetarian. You want to make them vegan, obviously don't egg wash them and use a vegan cheese. You can wash them with a plant-based milk. Won't be quite as shiny, mind. But thank you for watching this episode of In the Kitchen with Pen. If you've enjoyed it, give us a thumbs up. Any comments, write them down below. Happy to reply. And I'll see you all on the next In the Kitchen with Pen. Bye-bye for now.